Hey guys, what's going on? Tim here. Going to do a video today with my Marshall. Got called out about not being entirely honest about how it sounds. JS commented and said, "Isn't it supposed to be just the amp tones alone? I don't get using effects to test the amp's tone. Can you do another video just the amp distortion?" I told him I was doing a real world setting where, not many people are just plugging straight into an amp, but I totally get where he's coming from. And he said, "Thanks, just the title makes it sound like it's just the amp. A lot of amps sound good with a DS1 and delay." And he is not wrong, but I think you'll find that this amp sounds good without any effects. So here's my settings right now. I'll put these up on screen for you. And running no other effects. Now these may not be typical settings, but it's what sounds good for me with this particular setup. I'm using my Halo guitar today with a Seymour Duncan Black Winter humbucker in the bridge. This thing sounds monster. We're tuned down a little bit. In a sec here, I'll grab one of my guitars in standard tuning so we can hear that as well. Again, this is no effects. Just going to play a little bit of riff in here, and then I will switch on the overdrive and the compression so you guys can hear the difference in that. However, right now this is just the raw amp tone, and I think you guys will find that it sounds pretty sweet. So gonna do just a little bit of a riff in here and excuse any slop. Sounds something like this. And that thing will just keep going on growling like that forever. For what it is, this thing has tons of gain. And as you can see, if you're tuned down like this, you got a pretty hot pickup. You can get a pretty beefy sound out of it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on my compressor here and flick on the overdrive. And the compressor is just personal taste, but we'll see how that sounds. I'll play some similar stuff, and then yeah, we'll do a little bit of comparing and contrasting with and without so you guys can hear how that sounds. All right, so here we are with the compression and the overdrive. As you can tell, the thing's pretty beefy. So what I'm going to do now is just same sort of thing, and then I'm going to kind of click the overdrive on and off so you guys can hear what that sounds like, one right after the other. So first we're going to have no overdrive here. So that's obviously the simplest thing in the world. But you can really hear how the overdrive brightens it up a little bit, tightens it up, and just really makes it pop. The amp sounds awesome by itself, but it definitely gets a little bit of help from that overdrive, which is why, 99% of guys throw one in front of them. All right, so I'm going to switch guitars here. I'm going to grab my Charvel real quick, standard tuning, and we will hear what that sounds like. All right, so obviously anything's going to sound heavy when you're tuned down to C. Let's see what we can get going in standard tuning. This is just the amp tone here. Okay, so sounds pretty 80s. Let's click on the overdrive and the compression and see what we get then. Okay, obviously you guys can tell the difference there between the regular amp sound and the amp with the little bit of overdrive. The overdrive just gives it that little extra kick. This amp is awesome. It's super solid. I would recommend them. You can pick them up for very affordable, and they're just a great amp to have. They give you that awesome 80s sound, and contrary to popular belief, they can get pretty heavy. You guys rock. Drop a comment if you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys would like me to do next. See you later.